This is 5 on your side at 10. Focused on you.
New tonight, a man is dead after a shooting early this morning in the city's Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Allred. The deadly shooting comes after a series of violent crime in the area and right before a holiday weekend. 5 on your side's Robert Townsend talked to neighbors about their concerns.
And all we have to do is core little things.
Pastor Rodney Carrier says he can remember when the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood was a bustling area in North St. Louis. His church is located near Vandeventer and St. Louis Avenues.
Well, 10 years ago, it was a thriving community, business owners and alike.
But many businesses have closed. Pastor Carrier says rampant drug dealing, shootings, and other crimes have ruined the neighborhood. Just last week, he found a man dead from a drug overdose in a parking lot across from his church.
It's sad because with this powerful drug that they have out here now, it's just crippling humanity.
All the people that stand there do drugs at the filling stations, stores, all around that, just clear it up.
In April, police found a man shot to death in the 2800 block of Gamble Street. Months later, on August 2nd, a man in his 20s also shot and killed on Evans Avenue. And around 4 Friday morning, a man dead of a gunshot wound to his head on Kennerly Avenue. A shot spotter, the gunshot detection system that alerts police, now sits in the street.
We need to get out and come and make a difference in our community.
A spokesman for the mayor says in part, the city prioritizes all of its neighborhoods and is working to address crime across the city. 13th Ward Alderwoman Laura Keys represents the Jeff Vanderloo neighborhood. I called her several times to try to get a reaction to residents' concerns about crime, the overgrown vacant lots, and other issues. And right now, I'm still waiting to hear from the Alderwoman. Meantime, people here keep waiting for the violence to stop.
It makes me want to just leave.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Police have not said anything about a suspect or what led to this morning's deadly shooting. So far this year, there have been more than 100 homicides in St. Louis. Tonight, a 17-year-old is being charged as an adult for killing a 16-year-old in North St. Louis County. Zachariah West is charged with second-degree murder, attempted robbery, and armed criminal action. Police say West arranged a meeting with the victim, Tavion Whitby, to buy marijuana. He's accused of robbing Whitley inside his car on Eldor Drive before shooting him twice. The car later crashed into a pole on Spanish Pond Road. Whitley is being held on a $500,000 cash-only bond. Tonight, we're learning more about another death inside the St. Louis City Justice Center. 5 on your side confirmed with a family member that 55-year-old Terrence Smith died in custody yesterday. This is the 8th inmate to die within the past 16 months and the 2nd within a week. He was in jail awaiting trial for murder since January. The jail did not notify police about the death until hours later. A jail oversight board member went to the jail to demand answers. They were cited for trespassing. They say police treated them like a criminal.
I'm on the oversight board. They didn't care. They handcuffed me. They treated me terribly. It doesn't matter who you are, if you work for the city, if you're volunteering for the city, if you're detained by the city.
This afternoon, Board of Aldermen President Megan Green issued a statement demanding a change in leadership at the CJC and calling the number of deaths appalling. Today, Cedar Key residents are beginning the cleanup process after Tropical Storm Idalia swept through the area earlier this week. You can see people starting to pick up the pieces of debris after the storm damaged multiple homes and businesses in Florida. Here at home, we are expecting some beautiful temperatures for the long Labor Day weekend. Let's get to meteorologist Gary Frank with a look at the weather first forecast. Gary.
Yeah, pretty nice right now. It's not as cool as it was maybe 24 hours ago at this time, but we'll still take it, especially 1 week ago. We were talking about temps over 100 pretty consistently with a lot of humidity. Now that humidity will gradually creep its way back in, but as far as right now is concerned, it's a very pleasant night. We got to think this is somewhere in the top 10 all year long. That's pretty good. 72 east-southeast breeze at 7 miles an hour, and it's not humid. Feels really nice outside. The big picture, there's not much going on. Clouds to the south, they'll stay there. They shouldn't impact us over the next few hours, and over the next few days, we're going to monitor the fact that tomorrow's maybe a little more humid, not by much, marginally occasionally. You probably won't notice it, but Sunday and Monday you will. And I think that will at least lead to a slight chance for rain on the tail end of your holiday. Otherwise, overnight lows, probably not quite as cool. They're in the low 70s right now. We have until 5 or 6 a.m. before they go down some more. It'll be around 60 in the city and the mid to upper 50s outside of the city. But it's the heat that we'll be talking about. If you're trying to get one last use out of your pool before you shut it down, we have some good news for you. We'll discuss that and then changes on the way before rain chances arrive on the tail end of your holiday weekend forecast.
Thank you, Gary. A high school in Illinois placed restrictions on tonight's football game after a series of fights inside the school. Only parents and immediate family members of the football team, the cheer squad, and band were able to attend tonight's game. A video circulated on social media showing the fights that happened Wednesday at the school. The school says no one was seriously hurt. Just a few hours ago, members of the teachers union hosted a rally to call for safer schools.
And it was just one of those things that kind of spiraled out of control, and it was a tough situation. I think it points to a bigger problem that we have, that a lot of students are dealing with a lot of problems.
The school announced that Tuesday will also be a remote learning day for students. The district is also working on adding additional security measures next week. Tonight, St. Charles County police officers are working to identify the person responsible for calling in a bomb threat at Francis Howell High School today. The school evacuated students and issued an early dismissal after receiving reports of a bomb threat. Just a few hours ago, the bomb squad completed their sweep and said the threat was not credible, and the call came from out of state. The school will be open from 8 to 10 tomorrow morning for students and staff to get their personal belongings. Starting today, student loans will start accruing interest for the first time since the pandemic began in 2020. Brandon Lewis from our National Verify team answers your questions about a federal program that could help make monthly loan payments more affordable.
Last month, the federal government started accepting applications for the Saving on a Valuable Education, or SAVE plan, to make student loan payments more affordable. The SAVE plan uses your monthly income and family size to calculate your monthly payment. It can even forgive a portion of the debt in some cases, but there's some confusion about what this means for interest on the loan. One Verify viewer emailed us to ask if the SAVE plan completely stops interest from accruing. So let's verify. Our sources are the U.S. Department of Education, the National Consumer Law Center, the White House, and the National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators. If your application for the SAVE plan is accepted, then your monthly payment is adjusted, usually reducing what you owe. But since you're paying less each month, the Education Department will actually waive any unpaid interest, helping borrowers avoid compounding debt. For example, if $50 in interest accumulates each month, but your adjusted SAVE plan payment is only $30, then you won't have to pay the remaining $20. So, no, the SAVE plan does not stop interest from accruing. You'll just pay less interest each month without racking up more debt. The Education Department estimates borrowers on the SAVE plan will see their total payments drop by 40%, with a typical graduate saving nearly $2,000 a year. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Still ahead, taking a step back in time, how one vintage postcard shop is raising money to help the victims of the Maui wildfires. Tonight, the president and CEO of Hospital Sister Health Systems confirmed that several hospitals are the victims of a cybersecurity incident. Just 2 hours ago, a video was released to the media to provide an update on the system-wide internet and telephone outages earlier this week. The message says additional security measures are being implemented in the hospitals. So far, experts did not find any unauthorized access to their computer systems. The investigation remains ongoing. Tonight, a postcard shop in Maryland came up with a unique way to help fire victims in Maui, one card at a time. Mary's Martin's Vintage Postcards has about 6 million postcards that allow collectors to take a step back in time. Mary runs the shop with her son, Joe, and this month they're hosting an online auction by selling postcards from Maui and Lahaina from hundreds of years ago.
It's not like other places where there's a disaster. You have all your surrounding states that they all can come help. There, you're on your own, but you're not. You know, you're still U.S. we care about you, and we'll try to help any way we can.
The online auction runs through September 16th. Just visit the website merylmartin.com. For other ways to help the victims of the Maui wildfires, text the word HELP to 314-425-5355. St. Louis County Library is celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop with special events all month long. A few hours ago, people came out to Banger Park in Florissant for a hip hop party. Attendees enjoyed food from a variety of food trucks, a live DJ, and this graffiti wall.
It's fun because you get to do your own thing. You don't gotta worry how to do it, and you can paint on your hand, and then you can splat it on the wall.
True artists. The library is also partnering with the Art Museum for their hip hop and contemporary art exhibit, now open until January. Let's get back to Gary for more on our forecast.
Yeah, pretty nice. It was a pretty nice evening. Like I said, compared to a week ago where we had to deal with that excessive heat. Paul shared this from Washington, Missouri with a caption, "There's just not a cloud in the sky. It's just almost too clear." And we also look at Breeze from Lynette. She was attending the Milk Bowl, which Corey, I know, is talking a little bit more about here in just a couple minutes. But a nice evening for those activities. That was part of our 5 on Your Side Weather Watchers. You can join that and share those photos. We sure appreciate those from this nice evening. As we are on September 1st, it feels a lot more like fall. We got more football, but we're in meteorological fall. That's for record purposes. Autumnal equinox is the 23rd. That's Earth's position. That's when we have close to equidistant 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of nighttime. So we're continuing to lose about 2.5 minutes of daylight per day. But right now, summer's over. It was the 30th warmest and 54th wettest. Our average temperature was about 79.4, and we did make up for some rain, which obviously has improved our drought, but maybe not so much in the long term. We'll talk about that later. September, we lose about an hour and 11 minutes, and our average high today is 86. Our average low is 66. By the end of the month, we shave about 10 degrees off of that, and our average rainfall is about 3 inches throughout the month. So we need rain. We'll get there at some point, but right now let's enjoy the nice evening as temperatures have fallen in the mid-70s, 72 degrees now with an east-southeast breeze. We got to 84, pretty close to average in the afternoon. But this evening, over the next several hours, we're going to drop into the low 60s, mid to upper 50s outside of the city, 60s inside of the city. Just a little bit warmer, maybe not quite as chilly as it has been outside of the city the last couple of mornings, but you still may need a jacket the first part of the day. You'll get rid of it pretty quickly. It's going to be warmer in the afternoon tomorrow, and you'll get very good use out of those pools. We'll be back in the low 90s, but as we look ahead, we're going to watch this Gulf surge of moisture, and it's going to head in, especially Sunday. I think you'll notice it, and it'll be kind of hanging around with us. It's not as humid as it was last week, but it will be noticeable. So our Futurecast heat index for Saturday, it's about the same temperature, 92, but then you throw Sunday on here, 97 to 100. That's when you notice it, especially into Monday as well. So we'll start to throw chances of rain as that moisture surges up, maybe late Monday. I'm not too concerned about a washout. I just want you to be aware of a pop-up storm late in the afternoon and evening of the actual holiday. Specifically, I think you're going to be in pretty good shape. Heating up Saturday, a few clouds and more humid on Sunday, and the next few days, well, they're going to be around or just below average after those chances for rain that get through the entire holiday. We're in the mid-80s and then mid-60s, pretty close to average to start off the month of September.
Thank you, Gary. And thank you for being with us for 5 on Your Side at 10. Corey Miller is here now with 5 on Your Sideline.